going on, YouTube? Got another gun review. This one is the SIG Sauer P226 in 9mm. This is a gun I've wanted for a long time, and especially this particular model. If anybody can tell by looking at it, is the actual SIG P226 that is sold exclusively and only to the NYPD. I got it for about $700, brand new. Came with 3 mags, and they're 15-round Mekgar magazines, made in Italy. The Mekgars are really good. You see the Mekgars a lot, like with I think the Ruger LCP. I think Rock Island Armories come with them, and Kel-Tecs. These are the SIG, comes with the SIG Light night sights on it that are very similar to Trigicon's. Not quite as bright, but they're close. This is probably the heaviest full-size 9mm that you can buy. Probably the heaviest 9mm pistol you can buy as far as you know, service autos. And I would guess it's even heavier than the Beretta 92FS. But of course, if I'm wrong about that, somebody correct me, please. The thing about this model is that it is double action only. There is no decocking lever on there, and you'll notice that the hammer is bobbed. The trigger pull on this is about 12 pounds, and the reason I bought this particular model is because about 10 years ago I saw it in a magazine called Gun World, and Masad Ayub was talking about it. And it was an article that dealt in relation to the NYPD's shooting of Amadou Diallo that occurred in February of 1999. If you're not familiar with that case, basically, he was a African immigrant who lived in the Bronx, was mistaken for a serial rape suspect that was in the neighborhood. The NYPD anti-crime, I believe it was the anti-crime squad, saw him walking down the street going into his building, got out and confronted him, and not understanding their orders, or maybe he did, but I think there was a language barrier. He reached in his pocket and pulled out his wallet, which in the light that he was in was mistaken as a gun, and they shot him to death. And one of the pistols that was used in the shooting was one of these. The other ones were Smith & Wesson 59-46 in double action only, and Glock 19s in double action only, with the New York trigger system on them. Anyways, in the article, Masad Ayub had to testify in court as an expert witness, but he did not have a SIG Sauer that could replicate the trigger pull of the NYPD model P226, and the official model number of this is E-26-9-NYPD. It does have a 12-pound trigger pull, which is very similar to a revolver, and I'll demonstrate that. Okay, ready? It is very similar to that of a double-action revolver. It is much heavier than my other SIG that I have, the PT-25, and it remains in constant double action. And the reason I wanted this pistol specifically isn't because the NYPD uses it, but because of how unique it is. As you can tell, it's all black and has electroless nickel accents. You know, the trigger, the takedown lever, slide lock, magazine release, and the grip screws are all electroless nickel. And I think that looks really cool in contrast to the all-black pistol. So I've always wanted one. Well, I'm not a member of the NYPD. I never have been. So basically I couldn't get one. So I'd look online for years, hoping that, you know, I'd find one turn up on the used market. And occasionally I did, but they were always more than I wanted to spend. Not too much, but, you know, just more than I wanted to spend, so I never bought it. And a lot of them were used. I think all the ones I saw were used. Well, then I came across this one, brand new, for $700. You know, and whether you love, hate, or indifferent about the NYPD or cops in general, this is a law enforcement SIG. It is hard to get. You know, to me, this is like my holy grail of handguns because of how tough it was to get and how cool it is. And like I said, it's a brand new SIG for $700 with 3 magazines and night sights. Can't beat it. I have not shot it yet. Hopefully I will very soon. One of the things I really like about this is that it doesn't have a rail. I think the rails on SIG pistols just look so horrendous. I understand the tactical use for them. I don't have a problem with them being there, but I think that they should still make models available that don't have them. And this is one of the only models out there that doesn't. As far as like a brand new P226, I think this is the only model that you'll find that doesn't have it. Because NYPD, as I found out, cannot carry tac lights on their pistols. So that makes sense that even a brand new manufactured one doesn't have one. Another thing is that I prefer double action only. I've had 1911s. I like 1911s. I'm going to get one again eventually. I own double action, single action pistols as well. But I learned how to shoot on a double action only pistol. It's what I'm most comfortable with, so it's what I like. So this to me fits the bill. You know, would I ever carry this as a concealed piece? Sure. I mean, it's heavy. It's probably the heaviest service auto 9mm you can buy. I mean, it's way overbuilt for what it is. But you know, it's a quality pistol, and you know it's quality. What else can I say about this that I haven't already said? Trying to think. I don't edit my gun or my videos. I just kind of do them on the fly. Really, not a big deal to me. So I keep it loaded with. These are some Spear Gold dots, but also have some other assorted hollow points in here right now because I don't have. I'm not real consistent with my 9mm hollow point collection. I don't own a lot of the same hollow points. I own a lot of 9mm rounds. Just very few of them are actually the same manufacturer. So this is kind of a mixed bag here in this magazine. It's the only mag that I have loaded for it. The other two are in the box still. This is the third SIG Sauer pistol I've owned in my life, and it is the only brand new one I've ever purchased. And now that I've purchased a brand new SIG, I think down the road I'm going to have to buy another one. And I think the next one is going to have to be a P239 single stack in 9mm. Or maybe a brand new P220 in 45 auto, but definitely a P239 in 9mm. My first SIG was a SIG Sauer P220 45 automatic. My dad owns it now. It was a West German one that was made in the early 90s. Came with Trijicon night sights on it. I got it for like $450 with one magazine. Had to buy other two magazines, and they were stainless steel Metgar ones, and they were like $55 a piece. So yeah, SIG is proud of their shit. And I have a P225 9mm. You guys have seen it in some of the other videos. And that thing's just beat up, but it shoots like a dream. And I bought that for $300. But this is probably my favorite handgun, and it is the holy grail, my holy grail of handguns. And I actually own one now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, and I was watching a video earlier made by Choke on This 888, and he has a Beretta 92 FS, and he was talking about how he hates in gun videos, like people complain about the weight of guns, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to complain about the weight of this gun, but like he said, if you don't like it, don't fuck with it. Peace.